Nothing.
Can you share?
Guys, appealing. First of all, there were a couple of things I asked you to remind me of. One was in the previous video, the word exile was actually incorrectly spelled. So it's exile without H. My official apologies to myself. And yeah. So it's exile is without H, right? So anyways, there were a couple of things I asked you to remind me. Do you remember there was a word I asked you to remind me? Okay. Okay, just a couple of minutes ago. But appealing, guys, appealing. Tui appealing. Okay? What is appealing?
This looks appealing for me.
Good. If something appeals, what is the proposition? To appeal. Now, if something appeals to, is it to, for, in me? What is the preposition?
To.
Appeal. Who said to?
To.
Who said to? That was you. So it appeals to me. Is that correct? Okay.
Correct.
And what does that mean?
Attractive.
Yeah, if something appeals to you, is attractive to you, right? Can you give me an example, Chris? Something that appeals to you? Appeal to?
I find your way of clothing very appealing.
I'll give him a good score for that. You deserve 100% and your graduation day and a kiss. So, yeah, his answer really appealed to me. You have an appealing looks, an appealing voice, an appealing face, an appealing. So that when something appeals to you, it attracts you. You like it. Yes? If something appeals to me, or is appealing, he has a very appealing voice, very appealing looks. Say appealing.
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 Appealing, right? Now,
Appealing.
what is the opposite of appealing? Of course, unappealing. He has the most unappealing voice ever.
Repulsive.
Yeah, repulsive. So unappealing, repulsive was a big word, but anyways, it's a good one. Repulsive. Something that doesn't appeal to him. He's, I don't know, something about him really appeals to me. So that's one meaning of appeal and appealing. The other meaning is, if a court gives you a decision, does Kay and Ray should get divorced? Or there's a decision, for example, Chris was encouraged by the teacher, tomorrow he'll be in court answering the judge about harassment issues and all that. So you think the judge would sentence you to 2 months in jail right here in Canada, and the jail would be here in Tamworth because of what you did the night before. And you don't like the decision of the court. What would you do? If you're not happy with the decision of a court, which is called the verdict, what do you do? The defense or the defendants, remember the person who's the accused, appealed the decision, right? Appealed the decision. You know, we have a court of appeals. Court of appeals. If you appeal to, I've decided to appeal. If you say, the court decided to do this, the court decision of the court.
He accept the decision.
If a court decides that, for example, I should go to jail for 2 months, that's the decision of the court. And if I appeal that decision, does it mean I agree with that decision? I surrender? No. That basically means I dispute that decision and I appeal the decision. Basically, if I appeal, I would actually go to a higher court. He decided to appeal. If you decide to appeal, that basically means that you're not satisfied. You think the court made a mistake. You think justice was denied. You think this was not just.
But that doesn't make sense. Appeal is a word that describes that you like something, that you
Totally different meanings. That's why. If something appeals to me, that means that's my cup of tea. You know, that's my cup of tea. My cup of tea. My cup of tea is something that I like. Oh, swimming is my cup of tea. Some people make fun and say, hey, coffee is my cup of tea. You say, that's my cup of tea. If something is your cup of tea, you like it. What's your cup of tea? Is it that cold, sitting with a neck scarf? Or is your neck scarf new? It's new.
No, it's not. I wear it like weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought maybe the next, yeah, but it's, yeah. Guys, I think there's a snowstorm here. It's okay, keep it on. Looks nice. So, I know this is Canada, but it's not that cold yet. Guys, I swear. So the judge says, sentences you. You know that we have something we talk about court and court decision. So the court decides that you should go to whatever jail. That's a sentence, right? He was sentenced to life in prison. Life in prison. He was sentenced to life in prison. He was sentenced to 3 years in jail. Now, this sentence is the verdict, which is the decision of court decision. So, verdict is the decision of the court or the judge. Now, we have the topic crime and punishment. In crime and punishment, I have explained everything about the legal process. But the point is, you appeal a court's decision. You go to the court of appeals because you're not satisfied, you're not happy with the actually decision of the court. So you appeal it. Remember the word verdict, please. Verdict is the decision of the judge. If the judge says you are guilty, you're found guilty of charges, that's the verdict. You have a guilty verdict and a not guilty verdict. So, again, if you appeal to someone, different meanings. So, the church and community leaders have appealed for calm. That's different. Farmers have appealed to the government for help. That's a different thing. Farmers farmers have appealed to the government for help. This appeal, it doesn't mean they have liked the government. They have asked the government for help. If somebody appeals to you for help, that person comes to you with a request, request of help. Please help me. So farmers appealed. The police have appealed to anyone with information to come forward. The police have appealed to anyone with information to come forward. They're asking anyone with information to come forward. So, to appeal to someone for help. An appeal for help. An appeal for help. After the earthquake, the government appealed for international help. So, the government appealed for international help. Appeal for help. The government appealed for internet. When you appeal for something, you ask for something. The government appealed for help. The police appealed for calm. They appealed for calm. It means for people to keep it calm. When you appeal for help, you appeal for something, you appeal to someone for something. So to appeal for something, to appeal to someone for something. Appealing to the referee does not often result in a decision being changed. The program appeals to young children. This is different than what we talked about. The idea of working abroad really appeals to me. So, the idea of working abroad really appeals to me. Oh, that's an appealing idea. It really appeals to me. Appeals to me means I like it. Correct? The program appeals to young children. The idea of working abroad really appeals to me. And let's look at appeal as noun. The police have issued a new appeal for information. All the organizations involved sent appeals to whatever, appeal to someone to do something. An appeal to the army. Requests on appeal would be, the prisoners have a right of appeal, they can appeal for. So the same thing. And appealing, appealing look, appealing voice. Are you sure it's okay? She said with an appealing smile. It creates an atmosphere which visitors find so appealing. The city offers an appealing combination of sporting and cultural events. An appealing combination of sporting and cultural events. Appealing package. It appeals to me. It's very appealing. If something is appealing, if somebody appeals to you, his voice appeals to me. Look, I don't know, something about him appeals to me.
I was attracted by
He has a very appealing voice. He has appealing looks. His voice appeals to me. Right? So this is the word appeal. And unappealing, okay, it's 25. So after appeal, Appealing. So here we have working abroad is appealing to many people. Through his speeches, the candidate appealed to the voters. Stealing it. So working abroad is appealing to many people. The idea is appealing. Through his speeches, the candidate appealed to the voters. If you issue an appeal for help also, like a request for help. A celebrated pianist, that's Ray. San Francisco is celebrated for its multicultural makeup. Its celebration, of course.
Celebrated.
What, the verb is to celebrate, right? Celebrate.
Celebrated.
But a celebrated artist means so you know to celebrate. Everyone knows to celebrate. And celebration is the noun. What do we call people who are celebrated people? Celebrated artist is actually a...
An acclaimed artist, huh?
Say it again, Tweet.
Celebrity.
Celebrity, right? Celebrity. And we have celebrities. So we have celebrity culture. What is celebrity culture? Can somebody tell me what celebrity culture is? What is celebrity culture? So celebrity culture, let's take a look at the definition, is the structure that influences those deemed to be celebrities. Celebrity culture, I don't know, in Japan, do you have celebrity culture? You do, because a lot of kids, they follow baseball heroes, and they hang the pictures of famous people, actors and actresses in their rooms, and people like to become baseball players. They want to actually reach that celebrity status, right? So, a celebrated artist is an artist who's celebrated, people know him, he's like a celebrity. So celebrities such as, who's your favorite celebrity? Chris?
Kim Kardashian?
I'm
Kim
thinking
Kardashian.
about exactly.
That was good! So, Javier, your favorite celebrity?
It's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo, a footballer.
Right.
Right.
This is not a celebrity. But
Okay. So these are celebrities. Some people believe that celebrities have a good life. Some people believe that celebrities do not have a good life. So the problem with celebrities is they have no, celebrities
privacy.
have no privacy. Good. Have no privacy. They have something we call fishbowl life. You know fish bowl life? Because have you seen the golden fish in the fishbowl?
Yeah. Very well.
So everyone looks at the goldfish here, everyone sees the goldfish all the time. They have no privacy of their own. They have nothing. So every time they go shopping, who follows the celebrity?
Paparazzi.
Paparazzi.
Say it again.
Paparazzi.
Paparazzi or Razzi?
Paparazzi.
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 Paparazzi. Paparazzi. So the paparazzi actually, paparazzi. The paparazzi. Who are the paparazzi? Paparazzi follow, because paparazzi is plural, right? Plural. So paparazzi follow, or instead of follow, let's say chase. Or sometimes stalk. You know stalk? Sometimes you walk and you feel somebody stalking you.
Paparazzi
Like in the dark.
is spelled with 2 P's.
Oh, good, thank you.
Yeah.
I know something was missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's only one P.
Oh.
I knew something was not missing.
Hey, make my faces too.
Paparazzi.
So paparazzi, it's hard to spell. It's an Italian word, right?
Yeah.
Paparazzi. Paparazzi.
Paparazzi.
Paparazzi. That's pizza. Paparazzi. Allora. So that's paparazzi. So the people who actually chase important people, like, look, when I walk out, I usually put something on my head. Because I'm delusional. You know, if somebody's delusional. Delusional. It's a good word. So we have illusion and we have delusion. Some people are delusional. They think they're so important and everybody's chasing them. Some people want to kill them, or some people want to actually. So, like you say here, delusional. So somebody thinks, you know what? I fought in World War II alongside Napoleon. So, some people think they're so important. Delusions of grandeur, because grand means big, right? Some people have delusions. This is good for Chris, of grandeur. Just check grandeur. I don't think it's written like that. Yeah, EUR, yes. So delusions of if you have delusions of grandeur, you think you're so important. You know, have you heard of the word megalomania, Chris?
Nope.
Maniac.
Mega means big, right? Lomania. So mania is like maniac, right?
Yeah.
Mania
Yeah.
is a maniac. Maniac means like, you know, we have words such as moron, lunatic. You're a moron. Moron, moronic,
Is it very
lunatic,
moral?
lunacy. So lunacy is a noun, lunatic is adjective, moron is a noun, moronic is adjective.
Is it very rude?
Sorry?
The
No. Yes, it's like, you moron. Yeah, it's kind of rude. It's like, you crazy. You moron. Stop, you moron. And they say moron all the time. You and your moronic ideas. Moron. You moron. And you use moron all the time. You will hear it a lot, guys. You moron means you're crazy. If you're a moron, he's a moron. But he's demented. He is deranged. Demented. You need to know these words.
Deranged.
He's deranged. Demented. You moron. He was driving like morons. Like, I was driving like a moron. Stop driving like a moron, Chris. Yeah? You were driving like a moron. Driving like a moron. Very good word. You and your moronic ideas. So I truly, duly want you to learn the word moron. It's a very good word. He's a lunatic. Lunatic people are kept in. The lunatic people are kept in asylums, right? Asylum. Or mental hospitals. Mental asylum, sorry. Mental asylum, mental hospital.
Lunatic.
We also call it mental hospital. We also call it madhouse. Yeah? Madhouse. Also, madhouse is for crowded people. Like right now, Chris has gone to a madhouse. It's like 8 people, 10 people. It's a madhouse. Where's my towel? What do we have for dinner? No? The house father, to be fair, I think every night goes to one room. Yeah.
But asylum, you can asylum has different meanings, right?
Yeah, asylum is also a place where you, when you die, that's also an asylum. But asylum is like a shelter for, if you go to a mental asylum, this is a mental asylum. The mental asylum is a place where lunatics and moron, crazy people, demented and deranged people are committed to the mental asylum. If somebody says, you know what, you should be committed. If somebody says you should be committed, it means committed to an asylum. You should be committed. If someone tells you you should be committed, if someone tells you should be committed, or if you tell someone you should be committed, it means you should be committed to a mental asylum. It means you're crazy. That's a good way of saying you're crazy. Oh, you should be committed, man.
Oh, this will be committed.
Yeah, I should have been committed a long time ago. Maybe 20 years ago. Too late for me now.
Yeah.
Not even madhouse don't want
Too
to
late.
accept it.
It's too late.
Actually, I was committed. I escaped.
They refuse to
They're still looking for me.
No, they refuse to keep you.
They lost hope. I changed my name. They can't find me. So, but these words are really good. You need them. So, mental asylum, madhouse, mental hospital. Who goes to the mental hospital? Demented people, those who are deranged. The guy's a little deranged, I guess. He's like acting kind of crazy, huh? So he's a little deranged. The word mad, in American English and British English, they're different. So in British English, mad means crazy. In American English, mad means angry, like pissed off, right? if he's mad at you, he is mad. What is the preposition? Mad at. So let's say goodbye to celebrity culture for a second. So he is mad at you. But angry at you, with you. He's very angry with you. He's pissed. He's pissed with me. Or pissed at me or what I did. But angry with you. I'm angry with you. Angry with you.
I'm pissed with you.
Pissed at you is pissed at what you did. Usually, but look at
Pissed
like
you.
angry with, mad at.
I'm pissed.
He's pissed at you. Usually at is pissed at what I did. Is pissed with me or let me also see here.
Pissed of you, right?
No, of no. He is pissed at me. You know, pissed off. So pissed is at. Usually.
Me.
Yeah, he's pissed at me. Mad at you. If you're mad about somebody, have you heard the series Mad About You?
I'm crazy about you.
Yeah, mad or crazy about you means I love you so much that I'm mad about you. I'm crazy about you. I'm mad about you. I'm mad about chocolates. Crazy about chocolates. So, mad, two meanings. Angry, usually British. In American English, mostly like, he's mad. It means he's not crazy. It means he's pissed. Like he's mad at you.
Pissed.
is really pissed at you for what you did. Angry with. Now, we have talked about moods, anger, and all that before. So in moods, character than moods, I have a good video on that. Okay. Delusions. An illusion. What is an illusion? If I look there and I see a cat on that wall, what is that? That's an illusion, right? Hey man, your head is full of illusions. So we have optical illusion. You know optical illusion? What is optical illusion? Optical illusion.
See something.
Have you seen pictures that, for example, you see, they show you some lines like this, and then you see them, okay, this is longer than this, but then they prove to you that they are all equal. So this gives you some kind of an optical illusion. Or you see these things like that, and then I tell you like these lines are not like this, they're actually straight, but you see them as curved. That's an optical illusion. Because optical is with the eyes, right? You go to optics, optical. Optical illusion. So if you're full of illusions, oh, that's an illusion. It means something you see that's not real. But if you're delusional, it means you're a little crazy, right? So I'm like, this guy's delusional. He thinks he's Napoleon. He thinks he's the best teacher in the world. He thinks he can go like fly. Chris sounds like delusional lately. He wants to fly back to Germany, but not on a plane. He wants to actually go on top of CN Tower and fly with that thing on his back. Do you remember the pack? Like they used to.
And the fever.
He wants to fly.
When you're sick and you have fever, sometimes.
Yeah, when you have fever, that's exactly what we have. We have delirium. That's you're delirious. So when you have fever, you become delirious, right? We call them DTs. So delirium tremens, when you're shivering and you have fever, and then you start saying crazy things, like when you start saying things that are not. Yeah, he's coming. They're coming. They're taking me. So either when you have that really high fever, or as a result of some drugs that we call them psychedelic drugs. So if you take psychedelic drugs, that are some drugs that actually change your mind and you start hallucinating. You know, to hallucinate. Another really good one. To hallucinate. So I have talked about this in a different place, but to hallucinate, and we have hallucination. We have hallucinogenic drugs. Hallucinogenic drugs, or we call them psychedelic drugs. So psychedelic drugs are hallucinogenic. Hallucinogenic or psychedelic. Oh, so psychedelic drugs are hallucinogenic drugs. Do you know any of those drugs, like LSD, which is it's like an acid. It's hallucinogenic. You start hallucinating. Kay, do you know what hallucinating is? Have you ever hallucinated? If I become actually like an examiner for whatever thing, and maybe I'll start using these questions. Do you hallucinate? When did you last hallucinate? So if you take some drugs, they change your mind. You think that. Have you watched the movie Beautiful Mind by John Nash? John Nash. It's a beautiful movie. He's a mathematician. He's a very strong guy. but then he becomes hallucinogenic because he starts suffering from a very, very famous psychological disease that's called schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia.
And schizophrenic. So, yeah, it's just that there's no T. Yeah, schizophrenia, exactly. Schizophrenia and schizophrenic. It's a very famous mental disorder. Mental disorder. Schizophrenia. And people who have schizophrenia are known to be schizophrenic. If you're schizophrenic, we have paranoia. Do you know what paranoia is?
Yeah.
And some people are paranoid. Is this correct? I wonder, paranoid, something's missing. Paranoia is good? Paranoia, no, good. So paranoia, what is paranoia?
You think something is unreal.
If you're paranoid, you sit in your own room, you don't want to talk to people, you don't want to socialize because you think everybody wants to kill you or do something harmful to you. People want to harm you, so you sit there. Some people become paranoid. You isolate yourself, isolate yourself from everyone else. You choose isolation. Isolation, right? To isolate. To isolate oneself. Those people who are paranoid, they think...
It's the same answer.
Hmm?
Answer.
To isolate oneself, that is yourself. If you isolate yourself, so paranoid people isolate themselves because they don't want to socialize with others, they are not outgoing, because they believe everyone else is there to harm them. For some reason they think they're so important, or paranoia is closely connected to, inseparably linked to, schizophrenia. If you're schizophrenic, schizophrenia sounds like a big word, but it's used all the time because a lot of people are schizophrenic. Actually, schizophrenia is a very, very common mental disorder. So if I go, let me go paranoia first. So paranoia is a thought process believed to be heavily influenced by anxiety or fear. So the root of paranoia is fear or anxiety, often to the point of irrationality and delusion. Paranoid thinking typically includes beliefs of conspiracy, that people are conspiring to kill you on suffice that accusation. So that's paranoia. And we also want to look at schizophrenia. Also, we have some people are bipolar. So schizophrenia is a mental disorder often characterized by abnormal social behavior and failure to recognize what is real. Common symptoms include false beliefs, unclear, confused thinking, auditory hallucinations. So we also have auditory hallucinations. Could be visual or auditory. So visual is what I see. Auditory is what I hear. So auditory hallucination has to do with what I hear, whereas visual hallucination is what I see.
Illusions.
You basically, in plain language, we say, you know what, I think I'm seeing things. Are you sure you're not seeing things? Well, I'm hearing things. If you say I'm seeing things, it basically means I'm seeing things that are not real. Has it happened to you? Like sometimes when you're really tired, you start seeing things. That is things. Hey, maybe you're seeing things. Say, hey, look, Jack. Come on, you're seeing things. It's like, look, no, come on, I mean it. That's Jack. Jack, it's there. So come on, you're seeing things. Seeing things. Or hearing things. So seeing things or hearing things is the actual thing people usually say for people who have auditory or visual hallucination. Some people lose their loved ones, like a husband or wife or kids, and they see them. They see them in their, sometimes. It's a kind of hallucination. You see the ghost figure of your lost son, or daughter, or wife, or husband, or father, or mother. That's a kind of hallucination. Some people believe in that they see the apparition, the ghost figure of that person. In some cultures, they believe that's the real thing. So it's not for me to say yes or no, but some people believe this is hallucination. So when you hallucinate, Saki, have you ever hallucinated? Have you ever taken hallucinogenic drugs? Psychedelic drugs? Shall we try this week? Have you watched the movie Beautiful Mind? The movie Beautiful Mind is a very good example. He's a scientist, actually he's a real scientist, and this is a true story. John Nash was a mathematician who was he was schizophrenic and paranoid and things like that. I don't know what the exact is. He hallucinated. He saw things that were not true, like people who came over to steal him, to take him away, and some guys coming over with briefcases and all that. It's a beautiful movie, you gotta watch it. I think it's a nice one. It gives me goosebumps. You know goosebumps?
Yeah.
Just like that? I get goosebumps. So, so we have psychedelic hallucinations. Illusion. Oh, that's an illusion. Something that's not real. If you see something there that's not real, like see, that's an illusion. It means something that's not real. But delusion is like if you're delusional, you're really kind of deranged. See, he thinks you see somebody who, like old people, have you seen some old people? The guy thinks he's Napoleon. So, or he used to be a general in the army. And now he's in a madhouse, but he thinks he's a huge general and there's a war. Every morning, like that. Everybody, let's go to war. Everybody! So these are delusional people. And you may have delusional friends who think they're so important. We had the word megalomania. It's mega and mania. So megalomania is people who think they're so big and so important and so on. So that's megalomania and megalomaniac. Say he's a megalomaniac.
Megalomania.
Yeah, you're a megalomaniac. We have lots of megalomaniacs who think they're so wow. Self-important people who think they're so big. Yeah. So, never drive like a moron. There are things you can do like a moron, which is good, but don't drive like a moron. Or, yeah, he said he's a lunatic. So your lunacy is like, so if you're a lunatic, so we're done with those. What was the next word? It came from celebrity culture, basically. Good.
Yeah.
So you always remember that celebrities are famous and well-known people, but remember the word celebrity, famous, fame.
Megalomania.
Yeah, megalomaniac people. No, they are billionaires. They make a lot of money. But remember, famous. If people are famous for bad reasons, they were notorious, infamous.
For bad reasons?
Yeah, for actually like killers.
Yeah, Hitler. Yeah.
People who are. So the word there was if they're not celebrities. For example, Hitler was not a celebrity, even though a lot of people knew him.
He was a celebrity.
We have of a kind, of sorts. A celebrity. We say a celebrity of sorts, right? A celebrity of sorts. So if you see of sorts somewhere, it means a kind of celebrity. Yeah, you can say Hitler. You can argue that Hitler was a celebrity of sorts, and you're entitled to your opinion. I would say you're entitled to your opinion. Please learn this. I would say that's your opinion. That's your opinion. And You're entitled to it. Entitled to it.
Can I say Hitler's well known or known for his blah blah blah?
Yeah. He was well known for something.
But can I say he well known for well known? Or it's only
Drag.
can I say he
Entitled.
is well known for his
Wait,
work?
1 second.
Entitled.
If you're,
Entitled to it.
you are, just 1 second, let me say this again and then I'll go on. So that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. If you're entitled to something, it means you have the right. Entitled to it, you have
Like
the right
entitled.
to stick to your own opinion.
Like a D. Entitled.
That's your opinion and you're entitled to it. It means you have the right to have your own opinion. You have the right to have your own opinion. You know freedom of speech? Voltaire, who was one of the main Enlightenment philosophers, said, I may not agree with you, but I will fight to death for you to have the right to say what you want to say. That's a big thing, right? Tolerance, tolerating each other, even though we don't agree with each other. Agreeing to disagree. So, I would say, well, that's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. If you're entitled to your opinion, you have the right to have your own opinion. What was it? Julie, what are you looking at? This is something that I'm not right now.
Yeah.
She's got
You ask
illusions.
us.
He's
Are you
paranoid.
seeing things?
I was scared, seriously. What was that?
What?
No, you said something. What was it? Yeah. Somebody's famous for something. Somebody has a reputation for. He has the reputation for.
Entitled.
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 He has.
Yeah, seriously. Your face.
Entitled.
Entitled.
So you have the reputation for being the jackass, the biggest jackass in town.
Entitled.
Yeah? If somebody has a reputation for being the biggest jackass in town, you have the reputation for being the biggest jackass in town, and you have earned it, my friend. It means you have worked hard for it and you deserve it. So he has the best reputation for being the what? The most honest person in town. Person in town. In the city. He has a reputation for being. This school has a reputation for being for providing the best IELTS classes in the entire universe.
Very modest.
Entitled.
So we say this institute has the reputation for being the best IELTS center across Canada. So, after celebrity and celebrating, contemporary, my favorite word, contemporary. Tui, what does contemporary mean? Can you give me an example of it?
Contemporary art, contemporary.
Very good.
Many things happen.
So contemporary, a very good word. Contemporary. Contemporary art, contemporary artist. So contemporary is adjective, right? It's also a noun. Ix was Shakespeare's Contemporary. Yeah? So contemporary art means what?
Sometimes this
The current time, the present time art. Not necessarily modern, but yes, kind of close. So contemporary poets are people who are either alive right now, or maybe died just 10 years ago, 20 years ago. That's contemporary. This is contemporary art. Same century, same time period. The current time. So contemporary art means the present art, contemporary. Shakespeare was far ahead of Shakespeare was far ahead of his contemporaries. Contemporaries, right? He was far ahead of them. So contemporary architecture makes very good use of space. Cervantes was a contemporary of Shakespeare. Yeah. So after contemporary, so we have contemporary. What is the opposite? Then if it's old, we would say contemporary art, but
Obsolete, old-fashioned.
so we have things such as ancient, old. We also have words such as archaic.
Obsolete,
Obsolete means what?
old-fashioned.
No, obsolete means no longer
Absolutely.
in use. It's like it's old-fashioned could be old-fashioned, but still people. So if something is obsolete, you just can't use it anymore.
Archaic.
Things are obsolete. But if things are, we have old,
And the other one?
traditional, old. So we have traditional art, traditional, classical,
yeah, classical.
medieval, so we have medieval art. For art, we have classical art, medieval art, classical art, traditional, medieval, ancient. Ancient times would mean very old times, right? Ancient,
Ancient.
like ancient civilizations. Ancient civilization. Ancients, huh? Ancient art, ancient civilizations. Ancient. Say ancient, hobby?
Ancient.
No. Ancient.
Ancient.
Yes, ancient. Say it again.
Ancient.
Yeah, ancient is a word that you have to know. You must know.
Ancient.
You cannot live without the word ancient. You cannot go to sleep or wake up if you don't know this word.
Ancient.
Ancient,
You should know it. You know it now?
ancient.
Perfect. It feels so good.
Ancient. Ancient.
And you look majestic today.
Just
That dress is very chic and majestic. The word is majestic. If you have a very elegant dress, elegant and elegance, we have. Have you heard Your Majesty? When we say Your Majesty, Your Majesty the Queen. Spell So majestic is like, yeah, that dress is kind of majestic. Elegant. It's like chic and elegant. You know, chic. Your Royal Highness. Have you heard this? Your Excellency. These are the way we talk to people. Your Excellency. If you are speaking to a, for example, judge, Your Excellency. If you're talking to a queen or king, Your Royal Highness. Your Excellency, Your Majesty. Your Majesty. Your Royal Highness. Your Royal Highness. Haven't you watched movies? They go to the king. Your Royal Highness. Huh? Huh? What do you say to the emperor in Japan? Akihito.
Excellency. Your Excellency.
Yeah, but cannot.
Tenno?
Cannot. Yeah.
Tenno.
Oh my god.
Twisting.
So, Your Royal Highness, Your Majesty. So if you wear something that's majestic, it's like, have you seen night dresses, nightgowns that are like black and then, you know, they're so majestic with some lace work, and that's majestic. But anyways, so we have to, sorry, IELTS words, yes. Yeah. So for art, we will look at art. We have ancient art. We have prehistoric art. Prehistoric art. What is prehistoric? Remember guys, the word prehistoric means before writing.
Yeah.
Prehistory is before writing. Writing started about 3,000 years before Christ. That means 5,000 years before now. It means 5 what? When we say 1,000 years, look, we have second, right? After that we have minute. And actually before a second we have millisecond. Second, minute, hour, day, week, month. Now after week we have fortnight, means 2 weeks, right? Fortnight. A fortnight is 2 weeks. Do you know that?
No.
Oh.
But it's British, right?
It's bookish, but some old people still use it and you see it in writing. A fortnight ago, like when you say dozen, meaning 12, fortnight means 2 weeks ago together. 2 weeks. A fortnight ago means 2 weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago. A fortnight from now means 2 weeks later. So week, month, year. After 1 year we have then, not 5 years, we have 10 years together will be?
Decade.
And 3 years.
Decade?
Decade.
Decade? After decade?
Century.
Half a century? A half a century later, after half a century we have century. Now after century what do we have?
Million.
Millennium.
Very good, millennium. Millennium is a period of 1,000 years, right?
Millennium.
Now, millennium is 1. If I want to say 5 millenniums ago, can I say millenniums?
Millennia.
Millennia. Thank you, millennia. I would say 5 millennia ago. Millennia. Millennia. 5 millennia ago.